You're watching Bloomberg West, where we focus on technology and the future of business. I'm Emily Chang. Apple says its new iPads will be able to connect to the internet over a 4G network. But just how fast is 4G? Let's head back to our senior West Coast correspondent, John Ehrlichman, at the Yerba Buena Center in San Francisco, where the iPad was unveiled. John?
You know, Emily, whenever I think about 4G, I like to think about the grocery store. You browse the aisles, you see stuff that's fat-free or sugar-free, and you think, oh, that sounds good. Then you look at the ingredients. So what are you really getting when you get 4G? We decided to find out.
Right now we're on the Sprint 3G network.
Remember when 3G was all the rage? Now it feels like a sputtering car.
And you can see the needle barely moves. We're going at just about double the speed of a dial-up modem.
But flip the switch from Sprint's 3G network to its 4G network, and it's a different story.
See, we've gone from 0.14 megabits per second to something more like 8.7 megabits per second.
And Sasha Segan knows each of those megabytes counts. As lead analyst with PCMag.com, Segan tests wireless 3G and 4G networks to see which are well up to speed.
Things you do on the internet should be faster on 4G. Web pages should load more quickly. You should be able to play high-quality YouTube videos without it buffering in the middle. You should be able to download big files more quickly.
But really, just how much quicker is 4G versus 3G? The rule of thumb says 4G is anywhere from 2 to 10 times faster than 3G. How much faster depends on what 4G network you're on and where you are. But that web page that took maybe 2 or 3 seconds to load with 3G will load in a blink of an eye with 4G.
This is screen response speed. So as you're switching between applications, as you might be editing a spreadsheet, you're just going to see responsiveness that'll make you think you're on a wired network, not wireless.
Even businesses will feel the impact.
The 4G is just going to increase convenience, and not just for consumers who want to see a movie, but there are a lot of industries, medical, legal, business, we just need that speed, and that speed will be delivered.
But right now, there is no one 4G standard or format, and that's been a source of confusion. All the major wireless providers are rolling out a 4G network, each with its own pluses and minuses.
We're about 2 years away from a 4G country in general. In about 2 years, you're going to have Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, all with their full national 4G build-out. They'll all be using roughly the same technology, hopefully at roughly the same speeds. It'll all be comparable. About 2 years from now, maybe 3.
The iPad effect may speed up that build-out of 4G networks. If the device stays as successful as expected, consumers and businesses will demand better 4G coverage, putting pressure on the wireless carriers to build a true national 4G network.
So, John, what about the potential data overload that comes with 4G?
I mean, this is a huge issue. If you're at home using Wi-Fi, maybe not as big an issue on what you end up paying, but still, it's expected that some people who think they're paying for 4G might get 3G because the challenges networks have. And if you're thinking of going out for a couple of hours and doing errands with the kids and giving them the iPad 4G and you're going to let them watch movies, don't be shocked if you end up with a high bill and then end up yanking that iPad away from the kids. Because we heard what AT&T recently said. They're tired of these all-you-can-eat plans. That's going to be a big issue as all the devices get faster and slicker. Emily?
Something to watch for sure. Thanks for that, John Ehrlichman. Now, we've been interviewing the heaviest hitters in technology all week long in celebration